What's up? My name's Josh, but I go by Rezrection. Growing up and living in the Bay Area my entire life, I wanted to share my love and appreciation of Northern California. The Bay Area's population has about 7.77 million people and still counting to this day. If you've never been to the Bay Area, it's well known for its rich diversity, culture, food, music, sports, and so much more. By watching this series of segments that I take great pride in making, I hope you'll join me on my journey and get to know me a lot better. Welcome to The Bay is a segment that I dedicated to the Bay Area, California. This is where I'm from. Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your guy Rez, and we are back again for another dope episode of Welcome to the Bay. Yay! So in this episode of Welcome to the Bay, I wanted to focus my attention to my San Jose Sharks because I haven't shown any of my shark stuff recently on my channel, and I was doing some cleaning and sorting through my collection and realized like, yo, I got quite the collection for this particular style of hats. It's starting to pile up, so I figured I'd share with you guys on the channel this particular hat style with you guys. And also, if this is your first time tuning into the channel, welcome. I appreciate you hopping on and giving me the time of day. Please consider hitting that like button on this video. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell notification to stay updated as soon as I post anything. I try to update the channel frequently, that way you guys can see, you know, all the different types of things that I collect, and hopefully you guys enjoy what you're seeing. All right guys, so as I've mentioned previously in this video, this particular hat style is starting to grow on me a lot. I'm finding myself wearing it more often than a lot of my other San Jose Sharks hat styles, but the particular style, guys, I'm gonna feature today is the one on my dome, and they call this like the crunch logo or the shark bite, you know, however you want to call it, of the San Jose Sharks. But this logo right here, guys, is super old school. You know, this was like a logo that the Sharks used like in the early days around their inaugural season in 1991, and you see this style float around a lot in the 90s. But I have quite the collection of these hats, particularly right here, this style, and I have, just counting here, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hats with the one that I'm wearing that I want to share with you guys. All right guys, so the first hat that I want to feature is this one right here of the shark bite, and this is pretty much the all teal version, and this one is made by Starter, guys. This is a vintage hat, as you can see, and this hat is made of twill. Twill material is like, it's kind of like a much more flimsier material, almost like the material that they use on dad hats. I know a lot of people don't like the twill all that much because they say that, you know, it loses shape, and I could see why. You know, obviously it's not my first choice of material on a hat. I would prefer wool, just because wool, you know, feels much more better, it holds shape better, and it just looks better, I think, all around. But you know, the twill hat is not bad, you know, especially if you keep it in good condition like this one that I have. But as you can see, you got the San Jose Sharks right there that is embroidered, and you have like the teeth that are just like jaggering outside of the Sharks wood marking right there, hence how this hat got the nickname, the crunch or shark bite. And you know, it's pretty cool. You know, just to show you inside of the hat, there is the tag from Starter, and I don't think there's any other tags inside here, but it does have a teal underbrim and a teal sweatband right there. So this is pretty dope. And then you have the Starter logo that is embroidered, and then you have all the snaps that are still intact. The second hat I want to share with you guys is this one right here. Now this is a wool hat, guys, so this material on this Starter San Jose Sharks hat is made of wool material, as you can see. It's much different. Let me pull the twill version and see if I could do a side-by-side comparison. So subtle differences with the fabric and material used on the hat for the twill as opposed to the wool. In my personal opinion, like I said, wool is much more sturdier than twill. As you can see, like this one is kind of wrinkled, as you can see right here, the twill, and then the wool, look, as you can see, has much more of a defined shape on the hat. So you know, that's one little thing. You know, there's other things you could point out as well, you know, of comparing wool and twill. But like I said, guys, the wool is much more superior in terms of quality and overall durability. But you know, this one, I'm glad I have both the twill and wool, you know, just so if I want to have some options. You know, this one is definitely a rare piece as well. This is also made by Starter, same logo with the San Jose embroidered in the white with the sharks right there, the wood marking and the teeth on the outer edge of the wood marking. Beautiful, beautiful hat. You have a black brim, which is dope. You have a green underbrim, which just screams vintage, which I absolutely love. And of course, you have the starter embroidery on the back of the hat along with the snaps. And inside, same tag, just like the Twill hat that I showed previously. So this is hat number 2. Okay, hat number 3 is another hat of the shark bite logo. However, this is another Twill one, but it is the all black version of this hat. Now this hat is probably, I'd say, my most worn Sharks hat out of this whole shark bite collection. You know, I got this for a heck of a deal. You know, I got it for a very, very low price, but considering the condition that it's in, I think it was fair, in my honest opinion. But as you could see, you know, this is Twill, so, you know, it's got wrinkles and creases and stuff like that. So I definitely could get this hat reshaped at some point. And as you can see, the San Jose right there is embroidered. And then you have the Sharks, which is a little bit vintage style, like the condition of it. As you can see, it's not perfect, it's not in flawless condition, but it's definitely still wearable. And on the back, you have the starter logo right there. This actually had broken snaps, which is why I got this hat for dirt cheap. However, fortunately, the snaps that broke off were too small for my head. So obviously, you know, I have a big head, so the outer snaps fit perfectly around my dome. But again, guys, this is actually an easy fix. You can actually swap out snaps and buttons of snapbacks, and you know, you could find them almost anywhere, you know, and just put them on. They're really easy to put on from what I've seen. And you know, I got this for dirt cheap just because this and then the condition, so it actually worked out in my favor. So as you can see, you have a green underbrim and you have a sweatband, but it is faded. super faded as all heck. And you have a small NHL tag that's right there. So, you know, like I said, guys, probably the most worn Sharks hat that I have in my collection, but it's still wearable, and it works in my favor. Another shark bite, as you can see, I got the double whammy right now. I had to double up on this hat. Like I said, this is one of my favorite logos. I might trade this hat for something because I have two, you know what I mean, like maybe for a different style, you know, but it's exactly the same as the one on my dome, so I'll focus this. This one is actually made by Anko, guys, if you guys are wondering. So let me take the snaps out for a second there. So as you can see, there's two tags just to focus on that, and then inside you have what it says there, made in USA. And the brand, like I said, I didn't show that earlier, is Anko. And this is a wool hat, guys, and you have a teal brim, as you can see, and then the San Jose Sharks with embroidery right there, and green underbrim. It's a much lighter green, as you can see, and you have a white sweatband on the hat right there, and teal button on the top. So this is a really nice hat. I would say that this one is probably, out of all my shark bite logos, I think this is easily on my top 3. Definitely like wearing this one a lot out of all of my shark bite ones. All right, and my next hat is obviously another shark bite right here, but this one has got some flair to it. It's got some pizzazz because you have the pinstripes around the top of the hat, and this is made by Starter as well, guys. As you can see, you have the San Jose Sharks, the teeth outside of the Sharks with that teal. You have a teal brim, and you just have the pinstripes just surrounding the entire hat right there, and then you have the Starter logo, and then all buttons are still intact, and you have a teal button on top with a green underbill. And then, of course, you have the San Jose Sharks sweatband right there in that white. All right, and this last version of the shark bite is something special. I think this one is probably the most unique. But it comes very close to that other one, the pinstripe one I showed you, the Starter. This one is actually made by a streetwear brand out here in San Jose, California, known as Kukui. So they are like an island-based brand, so they do a lot of like island-esque type of clothing and apparel, and they add, like, you know, the Bay Area vibes, you know, so with the San Jose Sharks, you know, even like with the Warriors, the San Francisco Giants, Oakland A's, and all of the major league sports teams in the Bay Area. They pretty much pay homage and add their own elements to it with that island vibe. So this one was dope. I actually got this on eBay for really, really cheap. I don't remember exactly how much I spent on this, but it was really, really cheap. I'm talking about like a couple bucks. And this is paying homage to this logo right here. You know, as you can see, you have the Kukui wood marking, you know, but it's taking inspiration from the shark bite. So as you can see, that's a dope embroidery. You have like a lighter, like teal aqua color, and you have a black bill, and then right underneath it, you have this dope, like almost like a tattoo design here, and I believe this is printed on the underbill, but as you can see, it looks really, really dope. Teal snap. All snaps are intact, and this hat is really dope, man. I should wear this one more often, actually, especially like when I wear my shark stuff. So it looks super dope to have, you know, and it goes pretty much perfect combo wombo, like my homie Mighty Fan says. But yeah, this one, I had to get this one when I saw it on eBay. It was so cheap when I found it, and I'm glad that I did because I got it for a hell of a steal. All right, guys, well, that is pretty much my shark bite collection of my San Jose Sharks. Hope you guys enjoyed that video and that little mini collection right there. Like I said, guys, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video, hit the bell notification as well. I'm gonna do more hat videos, you know, along the ways, because I feel like I have so many hats that I have not shown you guys yet. I know I featured some of my hats in previous videos, but you know, I want to start featuring like some hat collection videos, and you know, a lot of Bay Area hats that I have, and just overall a lot of hats in general. So I think you guys will enjoy what you see in terms of the hat aspect of my collection. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for me. Thank you guys for sitting here and watching me ramble on about my collection and stuff like that. So appreciate you guys. Your boy Rez signing off. We'll see you all very soon. We out. Peace.